Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Baz and this is another chapter of WELDERFABBER in 2026. Now then, today is actually the 30th of December. I've actually come into work to finish a bit of paperwork off. And we're going to go and deliver some stillages, some mag stillages up to Howard's stock. Now then, I hope you've all had a really good Christmas. Really appreciate all the comments that we've had off you guys. Wishing us Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that. To be honest, I'll be dead honest with you, I've struggled with it a little bit because of the loss of Clive Hurt. Yeah. Clive Hurt was, how can I explain Clive Hurt? He was a legend. That's one word I can describe him as, a legend. Yeah. I started working there at Clive Hurt Plant Hire in I'd say 2010, maybe 2010/11. And for those guys that don't know, I started there on a grab wagon after my business failed, and I didn't want to tell anybody the background, my background story of that business failing from like a 100 employee company to zero. Yeah. Now then, when you have that failure in life, yeah, that is what makes you stronger, basically. And it was a tough pill to swallow when you've got everything that you really want, you know, all your car insurances, your phone, everything, all the perks that you get of having your own business, gone overnight. Yeah, from like a decent salary to going to like, I think I went to about 22, 23 grand a year driving a grab wagon. But anyway, after a year, there was Clive and Alan Hurt, brothers, Andy and Colton. They all pulled me into the office and basically put me on the welding side of things, because I seen some welders in the yard. Come on, Rocky lad. I seen some welders in the yard, and I said, I'll hire them welders, because they had them on hire. And I said, I'm a welder, I'll do a bit of welding for you whilst I'm quiet on the grab, yeah. So, long story short, I did a week, and they told me that I wasn't going back on the wagon. We wanted to work in the workshop full time, doing the welding side of things. I said no at first, and then I thought about it over the weekend and decided to go for it. So they bought me a van and all the rest of it, and then I basically built it from there to eventually building my own fabrication facility within that yard at Hurt Plant Hire in Leyland, which is still there now. Proud of that, really. Proud of that. But it was Clive that did that for me, yeah. He's the one that put the money up. He's the one that had the trust in me to do all that. Not only was I doing work for him at work, I was doing work for him at his home and things like that, and got to know him on a much more personal basis. So, yeah, deep condolences to Caroline, Richard and Nicola, his children, yeah. Tough times. Now then, that is going to be one seriously big funeral. He was very well respected out there in the world. He was somebody to look up to. If you want somebody to look up to, he was a man to look up to, yeah. The company that he built from zero to 30-40 million pound company when he eventually sold it to Foxy, yeah, that's somebody you should admire and look up to massively, yeah. So yeah, I've had a bit of I've shed a few tears, I must admit, because it brought along a lot of memories back of my father passing away suddenly, and I just feel for his family. So I didn't want to spend much more time at home. I've spent a bit of time with my daughter. I've just come into work today to finish off a bit of paperwork, get everything prepped and ready for the lads coming back in the first week. I think it's the 5th or 6th of January, isn't it, that they're coming back in, and then we're ready to attack. Yeah. So me and Rocky, we're going to go and see Howard's stock right now, as we've got the stillages for the mags loaded on the trailer. Let's go. So we are at Howard's. Stillages off, mags sat in. And that's the reason why we made the fork pockets bigger on these galvanised ones, to fit the fork extensions that we actually built a while back now. But what we didn't do is do it on the big one. So we might get this back in at some point. That's what made us do it on them ones, as that forklift needs to take them forks off, fork extensions off, to fit into these pockets. Although the little forklift will pick it up just, but we don't want it to be just, we want it to pick it up with ease like the big truck does. That's for a 9-tonner, that mag. That's for a 15-tonner, that's for a 30 and 40 ton machine. Perfect. Now then, Howard has got a serious amount of attachments. Most of them are out on jobs at the moment. But look at this big shear here. He has got a big one in this as well. And he's got about 12, I think it's 12 or 15 new attachments coming in New Year, all brand new ones. I think most of them are coming from Worsley plant. So that means there could be a bit of work for us. Although I think some of the attachments have got changeable parts on them, so you don't need to hard face them up. So that could be actually less work for us. Not too sure yet. I will see when they come. There's his new DAF. Proper truck. Scania DAF. That pulls the drag. I think they both actually pull the drag. Trailer behind there. So I have just had a little meeting with Howard, and there is a nice job for us coming up in the new year. But we'll go into more detail when we actually start the job. Beautiful little spot up here, beautiful little spot. Just looking round, when I come up here I always have a look round and see if out needs doing. If out needs doing I can always take it back with me. And there's a tank there, I wonder if he wants a stillage making for that tank. Because we've got an AdBlue tank in the workshop at the minute, haven't we? And the reason why we're making a stillage for the AdBlue tank at the moment, because you can't pick it up anywhere. And when you get to sites, you know, like this has got them to pick it up, so that might actually be alright. When you get to a site with an AdBlue tank with no lifting points on it, some sites won't let you lift it off with straps unless it's in a stillage. That's why we're making the stillage for the AdBlue tank. So I'll just have a crack with him about that one before I leave. So that's them dropped off. That will be the last invoice of 2025. And then we'll crack on with 2026. So New Year's Eve, at our secret location where we park our vehicles, and obviously this trailer that's been here for a good while. Big Walt. Proper trailer. So in January we want to start the build, or I might start it in the next couple of days to be fair, if we get that dozer out of the workshop. So the secret location is Callum's dad, Jason. How you doing, pal?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Have you been using the trailer?
Yeah, so we had the trailer, so when Callum moved house,
Yeah.
and then it's been parked up in our secret location, and I've been using it for the last, I don't know, 2 months.
2-3 months.
2-3 months.
How do you find it?
It's absolutely superb. It tows brilliantly. There's loads of room in it. It's just so handy. So I thought, you know what, I want one of them. So that's what we did.
And what's that there?
But I had to go one better because I needed some alloy wheels on mine.
No, have you pulled them off mine? I'm pretty sure they were on mine, Jay, before it landed up here.
Well, you might have done. But I thought you never know. It's that long.
Do you know something? We've just not had time for it. We've just not had time to do it. Do you know what I mean? And we've had no room in the workshop, and I've still no room in the workshop, really. Do you know? Yeah. I'm going to have to try and get some stuff out at workshop today to make a bit of room to get this back in. But I need to start it. The van is booked in at VCL. We're going to get a light bar put on top. We're going to get some racking put in it. We're going to get an inverter put in it. I'm going to get a remote control. Get out that light there so you see me. I'm going to get a remote control to keep in the Defender and in Cal's van to switch the beacons on, etc. when we're running it in the back. Not too sure how we're going to do that yet, whether we can run it through the plug, whether we can run the electrics through the plug socket or not. We might have to run it from the generator, basically connect the inverter up to the generator in the back of the van, but I'm going to leave that up to Craig at VCL to decide on what he's going to do with that. But yeah, I want this to be something special because it is in memory of my father, Big Walt. And I'm pretty sure Nugent Trailers will be happy to see this build start. And that is the first trailer that I know that's been sold off the back of this one. And I'm hoping to sell a lot more once this trailer build starts. So Jason, how can I explain Jason to our viewers? Well, Callum, as you know, Callum's an excellent welder in it, and he takes his time and everything has to be perfect. Well, Jay is a decorator and he's gone right through my house exactly the same as Callum would have if he was welding it. Yeah? Haven't you?
Yeah, it's treat it like it's your own.
Proper job. I'm not joking. I left it. He starts in the morning, come home at night. House is absolute split mint, and the work that he does is absolutely perfect. So if anybody's looking for any, well, you're busy enough anyway, aren't you?
No, but you can always, you never know. There's always an opportunity to be had. So yeah, if anyone wants any decorating or property maintenance, JB Property Services, give us a shout.
JB Property Services. I will put a link in the description. Oh, should we get you back to the workshop, Rocky lad?
Rocky's freezing. It's about -5 here.
It's looking a bit cold, and I've left my jacket at home. I'm freezing. All right, but we'll get you back. All right. Right, Jay, appreciate you looking after that for us.
No worries, anytime, you know where I am.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
See
Thanks.
you later.
So now that we've got the trailer back home, probably has been 3 months, you know, since been back down here. We will start the build on that very shortly. Got big plans for that. Although I want to pull it and use it a lot, I do really want to make it into a line boring setup that either I can hook up to, or Cal's van, or Blue's still here. Now then, we sold Blue, and the guy we sold it to, well, there were 3 people that wanted it, and one in particular told me that he definitely wants it, he's having it. He's got a lad starting that he wants to put in it. Anyway, I think the problem was they couldn't raise the funds to pay for it. So, still in 2 minds what to do with Blue. Now then, when my son found out and my daughter found out that we're selling this, I got some phone calls and got a lot of earache, to be honest with you. So, it is a bit of an iconic thing, isn't it? The best thing about it is it's still like brand new, inside and out, upside and underneath. You know, and because it's kept inside overnight, it doesn't really get weathered unless it's out on the road on a job. So, I could even keep that and park it up. Do you know what I mean? I could take some gear out of that, put it into a trailer, and put some in another little van, and actually park that up. Because this was the start of WELDERFABBER, wasn't it? Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Serious bit of kit. And a lot of money sat there, to be honest. A lot of money sat there. It is -3 today, so I'm just letting that generator warm up a little bit and warm the back of the van up. And we've got our Friday franking, as it is New Year's Eve. So we're going to do a bit of work on this dozer today. I really want to get this dozer, this double edge on it, and then we can get it out of the workshop. I won't be able to put the corner shoes on this dozer because it won't fit through the door. It is actually too wide to go through the door. We've only got... Thank you, mate.
Sorry.
You have a good Christmas?
Yeah, decent.
Yeah, good.
Boring though, I'd rather be here.
What you say?
I said, it's been a bit boring at home, I said, I'd rather be here.
You've got a new puppy, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a new puppy and all.
You've got a new puppy, so...
Yeah.
Now I know where Rocky can go
I'm going to end up dog walker, aren't I?
You're going to be dog walker, yeah. Oh, he's taking him out block 3 times a day.
Yeah.
All right. So this edge, Frank, I want you to just buff that up. Soft pad on this. Yeah. And then we'll only put the 3 centre blades on it. Now then, I think they'll need cutting down because they are for a D6T and this is a D6H and they won't fit, although the hole centres are the same, but they'll be too long. Now whether 1 will need cutting down or 2, I'm not too sure just yet, yeah? So we'll run soft pad on this, Frank, as well. Take a little bit of paint off these. If you don't take the paint off, these can come loose on the bolts, on the plough bolts. They are a 28mm socket, they've just got out of the van. And we have the side to build up, but really this could be built up outside, Frank. Yeah, the equaliser bar could be done outside and the transmission problem could be done outside. So really I want to get that, just get that on there, we'll get that fired up, we'll get it outside and then we're going to have a bit of a sort out. This year we're going to have a proper sort out in this workshop. It's getting a little bit out of hand. There's too many lads coming in and out, especially from DTM, that basically don't appreciate what we've got down here. It's driving me insane. If this were my shop, mine and my own shop, this will be split mint all the time, believe me. It'd be like the shop I had at Hurt Plant. So with blue staying now, we are going to put the Shindawa into the trailer, so I'll get that down shortly. I want that mounted in the trailer before I send the trailer to VCL, in case they want to rig up to that with the power source to run the light bar, etc. There's trackers, there's all sorts of things going into the trailer. Obviously we've got security issues, haven't we, with the trailer. We've got the little stillies to finish off for this AdBlue tank here for Howard Stott, which is actually on the bench. If anybody knows me, everything has to be mint. I have a really bad OCD problem, which isn't a problem, it is actually a good thing to have. Yeah, it's just when people don't comply that it really affects me. Really affects me. So I'm going to clamp down this year, big time. Big time, I'm going to clamp down on it. And if the lads don't like it, tough. That's just the way it's going to be. The door's there if nobody likes it. So Frank, I'll gear you for this and we'll get this dozer out, yeah? So I'll just show you the issue with a D6T edge. As you can see, the corner shoe, bolt holes line up, but we'll have to cut this double edge down. Obviously you can see now how we can't get it through the door, is how much overhang we've got there. And as the bolts go down, these are 6-inch centres, they must just be over 6-inch centres, or under, one or other. You see, there's no way we can get a bolt in there. Yeah, and there's no way we can get a bolt in these here, but we can get bolts in these. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to cut it here, we'll cut that one there, and then we'll make that one fit in between the centre there. No biggie, we'll put that down with the Hypertherm Power Max 85 by hand, and we'll get that edge on, bolted up, buttoned up, move the belly pans out of the way and get the doors outside. now we've got that edge on, we cut it down here so the corner shoe will fit on. Always make sure you cut them the right way so that edge can be turned. Yeah, so that one there will now be flipped to there, that one will go there, and that centre one can just be turned round. Yeah, if you don't cut them the right way, they won't fit when you come to turn it. One other thing to remember when putting an edge on, especially these bolts, taking these plough bolts on and off. Yeah, if you put that in there, into the hole, right, and you put your hand on it, you don't really want to put your hand on it if you've got a gun on the back side of it, all right? Never go underneath the blade unless it's propped. All right, so Frank, we'll just stick a trestle under that arm there before we even go underneath with a gun. I don't want you going underneath, right? You can gun it from this side, yeah? So what you really want to do is wind the nuts right up by hand, then put the gun on, and then that stops that from spinning. So when these are worn down, and you come to gun them off from the other side, and if you were to put your hand on it to hold it, because it's a plough bolt with a little square on it, because that locks into the edge and stops it from turning. If that just jumps up a little bit and spins, believe me, it'll cut your hand massively. I've done it before myself many years ago as an apprentice. Alright, so just a little tip for you there whilst changing plough bolts. Well, that's locked into the square now. Put the nut on it, gun it up, it won't turn then. You get me there, Frank?
Safety first.
Would you have known that?
Nah, I wouldn't, to be fair. It's got little things like that, tricks at trade, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. Little things like that that you learn over the years. Many years experience. You should be able to turn up on site and do one of them in, say, 35 to 45 minutes on site. The only time it becomes more difficult is if it's compacted full of muck underneath here, and then you've got to get the air chisel out or the needle gun just to get rid of all that material so you can get your actual gun on to get the nuts and bolts out. So now that we've got that on, we'll move the belly pans out of the way that we've actually took off, because it has got that transmission leak. I will get Archie down from Newfield plant to fix that for me. I'll try and find out where it's leaking first. If it's just a pipe, then we'll sort it, but I think it might be a little bit more in depth than just a pipe. Then we'll have to split the tracks, put a couple of new idlers on it, and then we'll have to check a couple of shims out here and there just to stiffen it up a little bit. They should be good to go back. So I'll make a little bit of room in here in a minute and we'll track this out. I don't want to get the trailer in.
Am I taking this off?
So we're going to track this outside now. We'll see if we can get it out as easy as we got it in. I'll give Frank the camera and we'll show you the clearance that we've got in the doorway. Now then, this is different to the new doors as how to drive, yeah? This is basically your handbrake here. And that's up, that's handbrake on, handbrake off, forward, forward, backwards, yeah? Blade, up, down, side, side. You see? Up, down. Accelerator, that's full throttle there. Now if I let go of that pedal, so I want to take it out nice and steady, or keep your foot there. Any problems, brake. Yeah, now Frankie boy, guide me out, yeah, especially when we get to the doorway. plasma table, do I? Brake on. How much room have we got? Hey, this is what I like to call a proper dozer. Listen to that motor. Beautiful. So now the next thing will be to jack the back end up, and what we'll do, we'll release the tracks so the tracks will be able to move freely. We'll get the master links to the front, split the tracks, pull the idlers out, put new idlers in. That'll be another day though. That's a trailer in the workshop. I'd like to give a big shout out to Nugent Trailers for supplying this trailer to me. That's our third Nugent trailer that we've bought so far. Door opens both ways, so we're just doing a little bit of a mock-up now to see where things need to be. That's our Mac toolbox that we're going to fully kit out. We are going to get lights put in it. Don't know if we'll put them down the side, this is aluminium, or in that fiberglass, not sure yet. Shindower at the front. We'll get a compressor possibly there, but we need a spot for the line borer to go. And then we're going to get racking at this side with drawers in, like in the back of Bella Blue, and a bit of a venge and a vice. So we'll probably have to keep the gas bottles at this back corner. So we'll have an oxy, propane and an argon for welder. So yeah, we've got a lot to go in it yet, but what a good bit of kit that's going to be. I think you guys can see that that's going to be a good bit of kit. I've just sent some pictures to Craig over at VCL, who did all the light boys on Callum's van. We'll make a frame for that to sit on. We'll put the exhaust up and down through the floor. Might put some shelves up here. There's all kinds of things that we can do to it, but we're going to we'll have to make some like goalpost frames inside, if you will, to stiffen it up a bit. And then that will allow us to fasten stuff too, rather than going straight to the aluminium. If we do fasten through this, I'll get some stainless steel fixings. Galvo stainless, but I'll probably go for stainless steel fixings on it. Might raise that toolbox up a little bit. That will allow us to slide stuff underneath the toolbox. Might even make it so we've got a big vice that comes out on the floor. Not too sure, we'll do things over time. Over these next couple of weeks. What are you telling me? Yeah, go on, you're alright, yeah. Keep going back. That'll be right, Frank, plenty of room. Ready that, Frank? So yeah, let us know in the comments if you've got any advice of what we could do to this. We could, there's all kinds of things we could do, but you never know, you guys come up with good comments sometimes. Good advice, should I say. So we'll pull Bella Blue in now, and tomorrow, New Year's Day, we've got James coming down to give it a full detail inside and out. Like I said earlier, still a bit unsure what we're going to do with Blue, but I'd say at this moment in time we should keep it. What should we do with Blue Van, Frank?
I don't know. It's hard work, innit?
Huh? Well, one thing I am going to say is the director is going to come on the tools a lot more in 2026, right? So he can drive that van. So if you and him went out, or you and all, him and all, should I say, you know what I mean? That's another driver for the van. He's a level 3 welder fabricator. He just had an injury to his foot. That, to be fair, one full day's work is struggling a bit, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? You can actually see him struggling after a full day's work.
That's so limp, doesn't he?
Yeah, limp, and that walking stick comes out. But whether it'll get any better or not, I don't know. But so he is a good man, another good man that I could send out on hire. Or should I say my partner? He's my partner, not just a man. He does own shares within this business. Right, that'll do for today. I'll be back down tomorrow to meet James to do the detailing on the van. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Lets me know every time when he needs to go to the toilet. Don't you, my little man? Eh? He's only me in today, so you can have a little wander about. I've just been doing a job for a customer that doesn't want it on camera, so basically cut a bucket to bits, and we're going to rebuild it next week off camera. And I've got James in detailing me van. Come on, Rocky. Come on, my boy. Come on. Don't think he'll be far off done now, to be fair. What an absolute mint ball. Are you really done, James?
Yeah, not far. Windows in the way.
It's like a brand new van, isn't it?
It is now.
It is now. Huh?
Hey-o.
It is now. Let's take a little look inside. Proper setup. So because it had been messed about with the money on this van, definitely not selling it now. I know I might have mentioned it a few times before, but it's too good to sell. It's too good. So I'm going to start using the Shindauer feeder now. In fact, I might pull the van in shortly after James has finished and have a do with the Shindauer feeder. Because I keep using the Warrior, don't I? I keep using the Warrior, and I need to use the Shindauer, as really this set is for running 2 feeders. We run 2 feeders at 200 amps. You see, remote. And the reason why I haven't been using a feeder, yeah, I did have a little issue with it and I sent it back. It actually went back to Japan, and I kept getting burn back on the tips, and they've fixed that problem now. So now I can start using the feeder a lot more. Good little pup, isn't he?
Good in.
Belter, absolute belter. It is. Let me know when you want to go out at home and everything, don't you? Huh?
They're not daft, are they?
I mean, it seems to be super intelligent to me, this one. You know?
Spend time with them. Make them loyal to you.
Yeah, make him loyal. I'm not going to hand feed him or out like that. Not going to let him upstairs in bedroom.
No.
You know, keep him in a little pen downstairs and
Honestly, mate,
and teach him properly, you know.
he's good as gold, man.
Proper good company. And he's my daughter's dog, though, isn't he? You know, so come to work with me every day. Come to work with me every day.
Well, that's what I used to do with mine. He used to come with me everywhere. Come out, you're flagging.
Yeah, take it everywhere with you. So the van did actually sell for £45,000 plus VAT. In fact, I got bid up to 48 grand for it. So because I've been messing around, stuff it. I'll pack it up and it can be a show van. I might even get some alloy wheels for it. If anybody knows where I can get some good alloy wheels for that, let me know in the comments, will you? Because the van doesn't get used to its potential. You know, if it only goes out 2 times a week, it's earning its money going out 2 times a week, but obviously I'm going to start using the trailer a lot more on the Defender. Hey Rocco, you're going to come with me as well, aren't you, pal? So if anybody's looking for any detailing being done, I mean, he's only really doing a quick job on Blue here. He does a mega job on the detailing side, does James, yeah? He does all Pete Marquis's tackle. There's his number if anybody wants to contact him in the Preston area. How far do you travel, James? Let's go and have a crack with him. James, how far will you travel to do jobs like?
Well, you've got to go anywhere where there's work, but usually within like half an hour drive around. But
half an hour from the Preston area.
if there's a job worth doing,
Yeah.
we'll go to it. It's not a problem.
So I put him on Instagram this morning, and you just got 2 jobs off it this morning, haven't you?
Yeah.
One of them's a big Scania truck. I know who he is, that man as well, proper man.
That's it.
So that's a proper truck, that, when you go and see that, yeah. So he'll want the Chris Egg, that is, by the way, HRL.
Gonna give him a bell after.
Yeah.
Sort that.
We'll sort that out. Let's have a look inside here now.
Busy.
Beautiful. That's what we want. And there's the tachograph. Because it did sell, I pulled it off going for an inspection, so I'll have to get it inspected pretty quick next week. It's 10 weekly inspection. And there's our operator's licence in the window. We run on a restricted operator's licence. So we did do a little video that we were going to put out of us going to do a dumper, a centre bearing on a little Thwaites 9-ton dumper. We were going to put that out over Christmas, and that was going to be a video because it was Blue's last job. But obviously we're keeping Blue now, so we might as well bang that footage into this video now. Happy New Year to you all. This is our first video of 2026, and I hope you've all had a good Christmas and a New Year. This is a little standalone episode on this 9-ton dumper, as we're going to do the centre bearing. Let's go underneath here, director. Cal, have you got your torch there? Oh, you got a torch on there. Up underneath of that centre bearing, how it's collapsed and pulled through the bottom of the chassis basically. So we're going to split this apart by taking this ram off. Take these 2 bolts out, a couple of brake pipes, a couple of hydraulic pipes, prop taps off, and then we'll split it apart, as you'll see very shortly. So first thing, Frank, 10mm spanner, start taking this prop off. Yeah, we'll get this ram off, brake pipe, hydraulic pipes. We'll get the forklift here under the front end of the skip, take the weight, and we've brought with trolley jack weirs that we'll put under the back end. Might be better with a foot trolley jack under the back end really, Cal, looking at the height. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Got this from our Mac man, didn't we, Cal? Yeah. So really we need to prop the back end up and prop the front end up. You see how we're going to be a bit far off height wise. Let's just see where it goes through this jack. Bit low. But we've got a couple of skids that might just do that. We only need to prop it up whilst and then we'll roll the front wheels to pull the skip away from it. So I'll get my overalls on and crack on.
Strong, isn't he? Is that Frank? Well, Frank.
So we'll just colour coding the pipes as we dismantle it, just so we make sure they go back in the right spot. Let the oil drip into that little bucket, the little drips that we get out of it. And hopefully everything will come apart, but it is quite an old dumper. And them pins will be seized, so we'll probably have to gas cut them out. This is a 2017 model. In fact, we did one exactly the same as this, Cal, in Scotland, didn't we? We did a video on that in Scotland, and this man found us from that video on YouTube to do this job. Basically, Googled it, 9-ton dumper repair, and we come up on Google, on YouTube. Crazy. Time to get the gas axe out. Now then, past experience tells me that this pin is locked in here solid. Right, that nut bolt at the top there is solid. We're fighting with it, trying to get it out. So rather than mess around with time, just cut the head off the bolt, cut through the pin underneath and cut through the pin above, and then we'll separate the dumper and split it apart. Really easy and fast, rather than trying to unbolt everything when we've already got a new pin. chisel under that washer. Get that big washer off. Right, it's going slowly now. Let's push that prop in a little bit. Go on. Are we up for there, Frank? Yeah. Let it roll it back down the fork. Hang on, let's push this prop in. Props come out, Cal.
Watch that wire there.
There you go. Like that. Right. So, just snips. Snips. This wire can come off. Remember where them wires were routed, Frank?
Yeah, longest at left side.
I'm going to go back down. Right. Might as well split it completely, yeah? Get this through there. Should go through there, that. Maybe not. Right, roll it down, folks. Pin out. I think the good bit is though, Cal, that bit's savable. Get a little punch, Cal, knock these bolts through. Yeah. Then we'll get this outer race out and we'll see what this housing's like. Come out fairly easy. That's the new bearing sat in now, spherical bearing, and we're just re-tapping where the grease nipples need to be, although there was none in it, hence probably why it's gone. Pin out, that were a little tight. Are you learning out, Frank?
Yeah, a lot. Learning a lot.
So we'll get these bolts nipped up now with this locking plate on the top, get them grease nipples in, and we'll start feeding it back together slowly. Nice easy little job before we finish for Christmas. In fact, this is all works do, because DTM are all out on lash right now, aren't they? Huh? They've gone bowling and then they're going out on drink. Well, I don't drink, Cal don't drink. Frank, I think you drink a little bit, don't you? A little bit. Yeah. Well, you want to get that drinking up, it's no good for you.
Only on a Monday, yeah, Frank.
Yeah. We'll get a bit of time lapse up, putting it back together.
I just want to make sure it's essential. Yeah, that's better.
So that's a quick job, boxed off, for this little 9-ton dumper. Little short video. Really wanted it to be a longer video, really, but I had to put this out because Bella Blue. This is the last job Bella Blue's going to go on for WELDERFABBER. I will be very sad to see it go, I'll be honest with you. But I advertised it the other day, 2 days ago, on Instagram. My Instagram blew up. It had so many people interested in it. And I've got right money for it, so I've decided to let it go. But it's only sold when the money's in the bank, yeah? The guy who's buying it has told me, yeah, I'll have it. Tell all the other people that he's having it, so it is what it is. Perfect van for this job in every single way, but I've got big plans for the business moving forward, which I'll go into more detail in future videos. So as it's only lunchtime on New Year's Day, and I haven't got my daughter, so pointless being at home, innit? You know, I might as well get some work done and plan work for January. Got a big list here of what we've got to do in January. But there's the bridge at Millers, isn't there? Now that I know Fox is not far off done all the groundwork there. So I reckon, as we've got a bit of time this afternoon, we'll have a drive over and see where they're up to with it. And go and have a look at the bridge where it's sat in the yard for all them people that keep asking. So I just landed in Miller's yard. Check this new DAF out. What a nice colour that is. These men do not mess about when it comes to trucks. Proper job. So let's go and take a look at the truck park, which is just at the opposite side over here. And I am actually in conversations with Jack. Maybe us getting in a unit on here. Early stages yet, but it's getting a little bit too much in that workshop for both of us, and me and Dan. Yeah, so we either need a bigger shop or we go in 2 different shops. So time will tell. Well, I'm not too sure yet, but there will be a building on here for us if we want it. Now then, for all them people that are talking about the bridge, this is where the bridge is going to go. Here. Now the foundations still aren't in for the bridge, but the truck park is actually looking pretty damn good. Now then, Fox has done this. Fox Group. They've done it all in-house. They've managed to do all the tarmacking and everything. It looks like they've done a pretty good job. So I'm not too sure how many trucks you will actually get in here. But looking at it, you're going to get a lot, aren't you? Serious amount. So that'll free a lot more room up within this yard to build a few more buildings. Jack's not in, or we'll get him to explain exactly how many trucks and what else is going to be going on within here. I think they might be building a bit of a, I don't know, putting something like a bit of a sound barrier up there. I don't know. Building it up with muck. Well, I thought that was the original plan anyway, but it looks like it's been shifted, doesn't it? If people can remember what it looked like beforehand. So we've got an 8 metre pad going in here and an 8 metre pad going in at that side. Probably about 2 metres each one of them that our bridge is going to land on. Well, it's only for that little stream, but I'm pretty sure we calced the bridge for about 80 to 100 tonnes. I can't quite remember offhand now. There's only really one truck going over it at a time, but I think we calced it just in case 2 trucks went on it. Especially 2 rotators, which ain't really going to happen, is it? But you never know, it could happen. It could happen. You've got to prepare for the worst. This is a bit sketchy. So let's go and find the bridge in the yard. I'd say it would only take us probably 1-2 days to fit this bridge. It won't take long. In 3 sections and then a walkway section, and we've got some barriers to put up and a handrail. Now to the job. Now to the job. I'm pretty sure Jack will give us a lift doing it as well. Got plenty of tackle in here to lift stuff about. We'll probably put it in with rotator. This is the yard that got it minute. So I'll say pretty much most of these are going to the yard and then build some buildings within this yard. These men have got some good trucks as well. McGuinness. Nice to see good fleets. Used to be store-boughts, innit? Store-boughts used to be the boys. I think they've gone there. I think they've gone downhill, haven't they? Let's go and find this bridge. And there she is, sat there waiting. All galvanised. It's always better to get stuff galvanised, isn't it? Always better. A little bit of damage on that kick rail there. I bet that's happened when it's got it galv bath and they've wrapped chains around it. Yeah, it won't take long to put that together. All bolts and everything are in workshop. The only thing I want to need to check is, you see that bearing plate there? If it's actually wide enough. I seem to remember an email saying that might need to be wider. If that needs to be wider, all we'll have to do is get some plates cut on plasma and send to galv and just sit them underneath that before we actually land this on the deck. The barrier rails. We'll put a tube clamp handrail on the walkway, which is this here, which are in our workshop at the minute. The standard, so bolt to them there. So when I priced that bridge originally, I were miles out on the price of the galvanising. Although Manchester Galv ended up doing us a decent rate, I was still miles out on the price on galvanising. It's a fortune to get anything galvanised these days. If you are pricing anything for galvanising, yeah, price it at £1 a kilo, just to cover yourself. You know, you've got all your surcharges and you've got your transport and everything, haven't you? So really, you know, if there's, what is it there, I don't know, 20 tonne or something, if there's 20 tonne, price it on £1 a kilo for galv. I can't remember how much weight there is in it. It's been sat there that long, hasn't it? How long's it been? 3 months? But it's been 3 months sat there. Maybe longer. Well, anyway, that's where it is. And I'd say we'll be fitting that in the next 3 to 4 weeks. With a bit of luck. Can you believe I nearly made the biggest mistake so far of 2025, or so far of WELDERFABBER's history, yeah, by selling blue? I'm looking at it now thinking, was you mental? Do you know what I mean? I mean, when I built this van, I'll be honest with you, there's probably 10 to 15,000 just in back, without the welder, right? And it took us, me and Callum, a good week to kit it out. Plus I got an auto spark in to put my inverter and everything in, you know, and then we rigged it out with all air and power. Yeah, just crazy for me to even think about selling this. I mean, I just need to get that thought out of my head. Do you know when you just get offered big money for something, you think, maybe, yeah, we could run the trailer. Also, you got to think about keeping the fleet new and looking good. Yeah, I mean, we had this detailed the other day and it looks brand fire new, inside and out. You know, so a bit of a crazy move from me on that part, to be honest with you. So I'm really pleased that I didn't sell it. So we have got some massive news for you guys next week. Yeah, is it the end of WELDERFABBER? You know, it's definitely the end of WELDERFABBER the way it is now. So I'm not going to tell you too much. You'll have to tune into next week's episode just to find out what exactly is going on. So sorry, apologies that we didn't have a video out for you guys last week. And yeah, please like and subscribe. Let's try and boost this channel this year. I want to go over 50,000 subs. We're nearly there, aren't we? I'm quite happy with 50,000 subs, but if we get any more than that, that's sound. Cheers guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. -8.